Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's energy update with me, Rebecca Meisl. So excited to share what I have received today, what energies came through and channeled for our week for July 28th through to August 4th. We have lots of healing information that wanted to come through and really powerful energies this week that are really abolishing the old, that are helping us step into this new energy and once more take this heart purging that we've been doing to a whole other level. So let's dive into these messages, my friends. We have this huge theme of healing the heart and wounds, inhibiting the flow of blessings and receiving abundance. So a huge heavy hitter right off to start our week. The flow is here now. Reach out and take it. Don't fear getting lost, for I have always found you. You have always been my child all along. So don't fear. All is well. Trust in the flow of life. What is good can never be taken away from you. Nothing good ever leaves your heart. So let's pause there. This was quite the amazing channeling session because it was none other than God that was coming through to channel these messages. It was amazing to feel that energy as well as to channel these super important messages that have been coming through for us. And I feel like this is such a healing moment because for many of us, we might have a strained relationship with God or that word God as we have been taught it and known it. But what is really interesting is we're getting this real eye-opening view and shift in perspective this week when it comes to God and oneness. So it was really beautiful. So take what resonates here, but know that this source energy, God energy, is what was speaking directly to us this week. So let's talk about this huge theme of healing the heart and the wounds inhibiting the flow of blessings and abundance. That in itself is massive. What triggers have been coming to the fore for you on that front? This past week, we had a huge energy about dreams, about abundance, about really taking those leaps of faith and becoming more open and more courageous in our actions and aligning our actions so they match our goals, aligning our belief systems so they match these goals and dreams and ambitions that we are working towards. So what came up for you last week when it came to fear? What triggers came up for you through that process of pursuing your dreams? This is something that the universe really wants us to expose. What are those belief systems? What are those triggering fears that are inhibiting this flow? So when we think of abundance, it really is this amazing energy that really embodies goodness. When we hear the word abundance, that's the first thing I think of is goodness, overflow, wealth. So those wounds surrounding these themes are going to be magnified right now. So what are your wounds? One of these big wounds that might show itself for a lot of us is this fear of loss. And this is something we're going to be going into this week, big time. Where are we afraid of missing out? Where are we afraid of losing something good? And is that inhibiting us from taking the action steps we actually need to take? Really interesting question to comprehend and to review this week, okay? So I love how we're getting this reaffirmed here that the flow is here now. Reach out and take it. So one thing we sometimes forget about the feminine energy, about the divine feminine energy, is it's very much the flow. And what happens when we're in flow? We're open, we're fluid, we're making a graceful transition through any challenge, through any shift, through any change. And we're rolling with it. We're not allowing it to stop us, to hinder us, right? So what is blocking the flow? What is that hold back or hold up in that divine feminine energy? This is what we have to look at. So the flow is here now. Reach out and take it. And what I really get with this is the flow of abundance. The flow of abundance is happening. It's here. It's right now. A lot of us think we have to chase abundance. We have to wait for abundance, that it's not accessible at this point in time because we're in this space, we're doing this work, we're not there yet. That, my friends, is a lie and is a human story. You don't have to wait to tap into the flow of abundance. You don't have to put yourself on hold or say, wait, well, when I'm good enough, then I'll open to the flow of abundance, or then I can receive abundance. No. It is here now. It is right here in front of you. All you have to do is reach out and take it. What a profound thought. Have you realized this? Have you made that your reality, that abundance is here? Abundance is now, in this very present moment. I don't have to wait or earn abundance. It is mine, and I'm claiming it now. So how do you need to take that action? Shift your perspective. We need to reach out and take it this week. They're just showing me someone watching it all go by. You got to take it. You got to claim it. And this is part of claiming our power. This is part of us claiming what we deserve. And this is helping us once more release the fears that what we need, that abundance, can't be ours. We're releasing the fear of missing out because we're already in. We've already grasped it. We're already experiencing it. So there's no doubt, there's no lack, right? So let's keep going here. Don't fear getting lost, for I have always found you. You have been my child all along. So don't fear. All is well. Trust in the flow of life. This is so beautiful because how many of us have that fear of uncertainty, of unknown, of getting lost, of losing ourselves? Sometimes there's so much going on in our lives that we do feel ungrounded. And we are afraid to get lost in the flow, to get swept up and not know or know how to find our footing. They're showing me like a tornado, like a whirlwind. And it's picking us up and it's like, oh my God, there's so much going on. I don't even know how to make sense of life right now. I don't know what moves to make. I don't know the destination. I'm just caught in this whirlwind. But can we trust that that is taking us somewhere? A tornado is not stagnant. It's moving, and it's fast moving. So they're really showing me that even when we're unsure, we're still going somewhere because God has a hand in your life. The universe has a hand in your life. So even when everything seems chaotic and up in the air, can you trust that you're never lost? Can you trust that you will always be found? That in fact the divine is safeguarding you every single step of the way? And if you are swept up in this whirlwind right now, how can you surrender to it? Don't fear it. Because what I'm hearing is we have two choices. We can choose to experience this whirlwind, this chaos, this unknown in fear or in our power. And those are the choices we have. We may not be able to prevent things from happening in our lives. We may not be able to prevent situations or events that come in, but we can control our reactions to them. And we can choose how we face these situations through a foundation of fear or through a foundation of love and empowerment. So I love this because the way this was worded is God is there for you. The universe is there for you. You are its child. Don't you think it cares for you? Don't you know it is beside you every single step of the way? So what I'm hearing is gather the evidence this week that you are so supported in this. You are so supported even in your lowest moments. Can you find the evidence of that? And they're just showing me certain people that come into your life at the right time. Certain individuals who say the right thing, who tell you the perfect piece of advice you needed. Those are things that the universe brings to our attention to get us our messages sometimes. So don't negate any of those signs this week, any of those synchronicities. Really be aware of that. How is the universe, how is God, source, however you want to name it, helping you, guiding you, there for you? And gather the evidence that you don't need to fear anymore. All is well. Can you trust in the flow of life? So I'm just hearing, if anything seems forced right now, if things are seeming tough, that is not the way. If things feel free, flowing, vibrant, that is the way. And trust in that path. Trust. You can trust life. Okay? Life is not working against you. It is working for you. So if you experience setbacks this week, if you have been experiencing setbacks in your dreams, how can you see that as meant to be? How can you see that this is the process that is helping you learn and grow and remove these blocks that are blocking and hindering the flow of abundance in your life? So what I'm really hearing is we're getting big lessons in abundance and how to really master it in that sense, utilize it in our lives and receive it, right? So these are things we need to be aware of this week. What are the wounds and blockages that are inhibiting my ability to receive abundance and to trust the flow of my life and the process of my life? So we have this really firm reminder. What is good can never be taken away from you. Nothing good ever leaves your heart. Okay, this is so beautiful because it's true. Nothing good can ever really be taken away from you. I want to read on here because we have some really interesting things that came through. So we have reframing views of loss and grief that are inhibiting abundance. Realizing there is nothing to lose, only the limits of your own mind. Healing stories and fears surrounding death and loss. Like life itself, everything changes forms. Nothing ever ceases to be. All endures, especially love. So touch love upon the face of the earth. Focus on the sunshine, not the darkness. Turn your face to the sun. A new dawn has begun. Enjoy this earthly incarnation now. Don't let anything inhibit it or your joy. Choose to see the richness of life, not the woes nor the stories of your past. They are fading away now. It's time for your soul to sing. So let's pause there. So once again, so much to unpack here with this reading this week. So we're seeing this interconnectedness with these wounds that are inhibiting our flow of abundance and this wound of loss. And this is something that sometimes we don't put together. When we're afraid of losing something, that makes us hold back. It makes us hold on to things that need to shift or be let go of. And with that, we now are starting to see how that actually is hindering our ability to receive goodness in our lives. This fear of losing something, losing love, losing goodness, is a major wound that almost all of us have. I know for so many of us, we can relate to this, whether it's entering a new relationship and getting afraid because it's too good to be true, right? I'm afraid to lose this because it's so good. Or when someone is in that state of transition to spirit, we're so afraid to lose that individual. We want to cling to them. We want to keep them around us as long as possible. But what is so beautiful is the universe is teaching us that what is meant for you will always be there, and that love never leaves, and that life itself is constantly shifting. Nothing is ever gone. Nothing is ever truly lost. And even when one transitions to spirit, we are seeing they're still very active in our lives. All they have done is changed form. And it's this amazing awareness that we are getting this week that is healing our hearts, that is healing our souls from loss and grief, is this awareness that nothing ever is lost. And I love how this comes through, literally realizing there is nothing to lose, only the limits of your mind. So where have we been limited in our thinking? And I just keep hearing, it's not our fault. We haven't been taught these things. We haven't been taught the truth. So how are we awakening to the truth? How has that been revealing itself to you this past week? And look at that this week. Where are these wounds of loss coming through for me as I pursue my dreams? How has it been illuminating my wounds? Especially when it comes to grief, especially when it comes to feeling deserving or receiving, right? But I love this because it really is bringing this awareness that nothing ever is gone. All endures, especially love. So this is where we are being taught to focus. We are being taught to focus on the light, not the dark, the positive, not the negative. This awareness that, wow, maybe I can shift the story. Maybe I can enjoy this earthly incarnation now. Maybe I don't have to linger in suffering and pain, in my wounding. Maybe I can live an abundant life right now where nothing is ever lost to me. So enjoy this earthly incarnation now. Don't let anything inhibit it or your joy. I love this. Choose to see the richness of life, not the woes nor the stories of your past. They are fading away now. It is time for your soul to sing. So we are being called to take bold actions this week. And that means facing those fears, those wounds, and setting ourselves free. This is where the warrior spirit is going to be incredibly necessary. We are going to have to go in to those wounds. We are going to have to get honest with ourselves of where we're afraid of loss, where we are trying to protect and defend ourselves, even against our own desires because of this. And this is setting us free so we can welcome in the beauty of life, so we can live a fulfilling existence. So recognize this week. If these things come up, if they are triggered in you while you are pursuing your dreams, notice, oh, this is my wounding. This is my programming that I am being called to heal now. So then we have this amazing part all about our voice. So we have, it's time for your soul to sing. When was the last time you heard your voice? Where have you hidden it away? It is time to use that voice, not only to pray, but to lead. You're here to lead. Take the first step. Take control of your life and the way it leads. You have more power than you think. So don't think, feel. Feel the way forward, not from your wounds, your strife, your past, but from your future, from the birthplace of your heart. Then they show me this universe literally inside our hearts, opening up. The universe lives in you. Anything is possible if you believe it so. So don't forget your dreams. Don't forget your heart. And don't forget me. I have a hand in your life. I know what makes your soul sing. I know how to guide your path. So let it be. Leave all sorrow to me. Let me show you the birthplace of your heart. Let me show you oneness, abundance in all its forms. Let me show you yourself, the beauty of you, the power of you. Nothing is off limits to you now. Don't let fear dictate the way. Stand in your power. Don't stand in your own way. Believe in yourself and make your dreams come true by being true to you. So amazing and so heartwarming reading these words and channeling these words this morning was such a beautiful and emotional experience for me, because I feel like so many of us become so self-reliant that we forget that we're not alone, that we forget that God does have a hand in our life, that God does want to guide you and is guiding you even through the toughest of moments. And it was so beautiful to see this backing that's coming through for us this week, reminding us that even when things seem impossible, there is such a greater force than ourselves that is paving the way. So let's talk about this voice, our voice. Have you heard your own voice? Have you recognized the power of your own voice? With your voice, you express yourself. With your voice, you give permission, yes or no. With your voice, you can move mountains. So where have you hidden it away? We might find this week this focus on the throat chakra and where we have been inhibiting our truths, what we need to say, who we are. And it makes a lot of sense, because as we start stepping into our gifts, as we start pursuing our dreams, it is requiring authenticity. It is requiring us to be vulnerable, to be open, to speak aloud what we need to have come to fruition. So it's time to use our voices. And I love how this comes through, where it's like, it's time to use your voice, not only to pray, but to lead. So a lot of times when we pray, it's like, help, right? Give me assistance, help me. But now we're taking this empowered role. We're now going to be stepping into leadership. So where are we needing to express our own inner wisdom? And they're showing me the teacher here. Some of us are needing to step into a teacher role. Some of us have learned a great deal. And what I'm hearing is it's time to share. It's time to educate others. It's time to help others. It's time to share what you have learned. So, what can you do this week to take the first step? And how can you become the leader of your life, not the victim to it? So I keep hearing, take control and give yourself permission to step into this role, to step up and be seen. And we're going to get illumination to how powerful we are. And especially when we start tuning into our feelings. So I love how it was like, don't think, feel. Once again, what's our intuition? It's a feeling. It's the inner voice. It's the inner call. So where has our mind been in control and not our feeling, not our instinct, not what we really know we need to do? So this week, get out of your head, get into your heart, get into your intuition, and feel the way forward. And there's this awareness that we might want to pave the path with what's worked for us in the past. I'll give you an example of this. sometimes we are very spearheaded from our wounds, from our pasts. So perhaps you've had a really hard past and you now feel motivated to help other people who may have had similar experiences. Maybe you've had such deep wounding that you want to help people heal from the same wounds you experienced. Those wounds are very powerful catalysts, and they can be your motivation to help other people. But what I'm hearing this week is notice where you are taking actions from that space of wounding, as opposed to taking actions from your true want, from your true desire, from your true path. So I'm hearing we focus so much on where we've been hurt and working with the hurt rather than working with the love. So I'm hearing we need to shift our perspectives. Go to the heart. Go to your universe inside you and birth your dreams from that space. Grow your dreams from that foundation, not from your hurt, not from your past, but from who you really are, from you, your truth, your purest essence, love. And where have we forgotten that when we act through that foundation of love, everything is possible? Doors open. We see we are worthy, we are deserving, that everything in life is happening for us. So don't forget your dreams. Don't forget your heart. Remember that. And remember that God has a hand in your life. I love this so much because once more, we're really getting the support. Let everything go. Let everything go in your life that is not based in love. If you were to go through your life and really get honest, how much of your foundation has been built from obligation, from fear-based decisions, from what you think you should do, as opposed to what your heart has been telling you? This week, we've got to have an honest conversation with our hearts. What is it I really want? How is it I want to move through life now? What is it, heart, that you need? What actions do I need to take to fulfill you, to fulfill me? These are things we have to start asking ourselves. And realizing there's no limits. Only the limits we place upon ourselves. So I'm seeing some of us meditate and put our hand on our heart and having that conversation. Heart, what do you want to say? What do you want to tell me? What is it that is important for me to know right now? And how can I let the rest go? How can I give all my worries, my woes, my fears, my hurts to God, to the universe to hold? So ask the universe to show you that universe that lives in your heart. If you struggle with seeing the possibilities for yourself, if you struggle imagining a life where you could truly live in full love and acceptance of yourself, your truth, and accepting and receiving the goodness you truly deserve, ask for it. Ask for help. Ask the universe to show you what that could be. Once more, if we've never experienced a life with ease and grace, if we don't know what a life of abundance looks like, ask to know it and take the steps that help you experience that reality for yourself. Because once more, what we do now is what manifests in the future. What we believe now is what we are creating. What we are admitting vibrationally is what we are attracting. How can we get in the power seat? How can we take the throne of our own lives and existence and go, okay, it's time to create this beautiful kingdom of my heart? What would that look like? Right? It's time to start thinking about it. It's time to start feeling into that experience and make the shifts. So if there's things you're like, oh boy, man, I really created this fear-based energy in my life. Man, I've really created this very strong foundation of worry in my life. What can you do to extinguish it? What can you do to be your own best friend and go, hey, let's get rid of this. This ain't serving you. This ain't serving us. It's time to level up. It's time to get going. It's time to create a foundation that supports me and what I'm worth. Because I'm worth so much more than this. So surrender everything to God. And I love how God literally said, let me show you oneness. This is a huge theme this week, oneness. You are not separate from anything or anyone, and that includes your desires. That includes abundance. So where have you been feeding the story of separation? Where have you been feeding the story that you are the exception to oneness? Where do we need to ingrain the truth deeper into our belief systems, into ourselves, into our hearts? I am not an exception to love. I am not an exception to abundance. I am connected to these things right now, and I'm ready to claim it. It has been only me that has put in this block. It is only these beliefs that have separated me from what I deserve. So we're getting this awareness to how we are so connected all the time. How we ourselves are abundant, are love, are beautiful, are powerful. Can you see how many belief systems we've been taught that veer us from that truth? These may be exposed this week. We might have a lot of these belief systems really come to the fore, and we're going to see it for what they are. We're going to go, oh, I see you. This is separation that I've been endorsing in my life, right? So nothing is off limits for you now. Don't let fear dictate the way. Stand in your power. Don't stand in your own way. So I find this such an amazing statement. Don't stand in your own way. Stand in your power. Because it really goes to show we're the only ones that can do that. We might say, oh, I can't because of circumstances, or oh, I can't because this person needs me, or oh, it's this relationship. This is what's getting in my way. No. That is all BS. Those are excuses. Don't stand in your own way. Nothing can stop you but yourself. There is always a solution to every problem. There's always something that can be done. You're not a victim anymore. You are a leader. So stand up and lead. Take your power back. Nothing can hold you back. Nothing can stand in your way. Only yourself. So bolster belief in yourself. Make those dreams come true by being true to you. That is the secret. When we make choices and decisions that are true to us, there's never a doubt that we're on the right path. It feels right. We know it because, hey, it might not be logical. People might not understand it. People might be like, you need to do this and you need to do that. They might not understand your decision. But it doesn't matter because you chose you. You chose the path that resonates for your soul. You listened to your heart. You listened to your inner wisdom. So notice where that might be a test for you this week. Notice where you might start mistrusting your inner voice. And this happens a lot when we have big decisions to make. It can cloud our judgment. We can be too close to it. We might look for external validation. We might look to others. What should I do? Start realizing that you have all the answers. You have the whole universe inside you. So it's time to start trusting yourself. It's time to make decisions that are aligned with who you are. And when you do that, you will be on path. And you'll feel it. You'll be on the authentic path, right? So make your dreams come true by being true to you. So what channeled next was, you are living an authentic life now. You are now born free. The birth has taken place. You are born in this world just as you came, innocent, pure, beautiful. And now you will finally see it. So be the light. Be the light of who you are. Let it all shine through. And do not be afraid now. All will see your truth as you are ready to share it. You see your truth was never your pain, nor your anger, nor your hurt. Your truth has been your heart. It has been your soul. It has been the very being of you yourself. You have been one with all along. This was very profound. So this birth that has taken place is this rebirth of ourselves. We are returning to the pureness of what we were when we first entered into this world. We are realizing that all the stories we were taught, we've unlearned. We're coming back to our sacred selves, our sacred truths. And this is a very beautiful thing because we're seeing that all of the pain and hurt that we've harbored is ready to be set free. We're ready to see our purity now. We're ready to see our light now. And we're ready to be in it. How beautiful is that? You're ready to be in your light. You're ready to shed all this darkness you've carried. You're ready to shed all this hurt, this pain that you've carried for so long. You're setting yourself free. You are reborn into who you've been all along. So if you've been taught that you were ugly, that you were wrong, that you weren't innocent, that you're worthy of shame, all these stories are leaving you now. They're fading away and they're being taken by the breeze. You're ready to be the light. And none of these things can come with you now. You're not that person anymore. You are reborn. And this is illuminating us to our truth. That we were never those things. We weren't our pain. We weren't our anger. We weren't our hurt. We're not building our lives from that foundation anymore. We're not taking action motivated from our wounds. We're seeing our truth has been our heart. Our truth has been our souls. Our truest essence. Love itself. How can you tap in to your truth today? How can you tap in to the most authentic part of you today? Can you be love today? And when you are love, when you embody love, when you take actions from love, there is no lack. There is no fear. There is no worry. There is only pure connection. There is only the gifts that are falling at your feet. There is only the reward, the beauty, the serenity, the peace that you've always deserved. You no longer question yourself. You no longer question if you deserve abundance, if you deserve goodness, if you deserve to feel so good. You claim it, you know it, and you feel it. In the very deepest parts of yourself, you are transformed. And you know that this is your life now. This is your reward for all of the things that you've done to get yourself here. A life that is filled with love. So, my friends, allow yourself to fill your life with so much love that the rest doesn't matter. All of those things that you used to think were so important don't matter. All of your hurts, your wounds, they're nothing anymore. They can't hurt you anymore because you've given them away in exchange for something so much better. Your self-worth, your self-empowerment, your light. So as we go into this week, remember these words. Remember that your truth is love. And how would you like to express it? So friends, that's all I have for us this week. I really hope you enjoyed the reading. I found it so profound, so moving, so freeing and empowering, especially with these aspects of stepping into our truths, stepping into our light, and liberating ourselves of all of these afflictions, it's really showing us how powerful we are and reminding us of who we are at the core and what we're capable of. So don't hinder yourself anymore. Go after those dreams. Claim them, live them, embody them, and know that every single one is meant to be yours. Sending you all so much love and light. Have a beautiful and blessed week, my friends. Bye.